So what are the things that are important for us as teachers to keep in mind if we're going to work in urban schools?
I wasn't the best student, and I wasn't always an engaged student. I wasn't thrilled about going to school. By the end of my junior year, I was not UC eligible. As I was getting ready to enter my senior year, I had someone say, you know, where are you going to go to college? Why aren't you applying to like places like UCLA, which were so far outside of my, you know, what I thought was possible? And my coach determined that I was going to apply to and get into UCLA, even though I didn't believe him. And so I spent the first, you know, couple months of my senior year doing all of this makeup work from classes that I had taken freshman, sophomore, junior year. And so we submitted the application, and then I was denied from UCLA, to no surprise, right? I had no AP, no honors courses. I wasn't in the top whatever of my class. I mean, even close to it. You know, long story short, we went through 3 separate appeals, and then finally in May, and keep in mind folks get notification of their admissions in March. In May, I got a phone call while I was at a tournament, a speech tournament, and it said that I had been accepted to UCLA.
I think we've had a good opportunity, I think some of us, to see what a different type of schooling experience looks like.
And the longer I was at UCLA, the more I realized that I could be there, and that people, like peers of mine, could have been there had they just gotten the opportunity. You know, if I hadn't had that teacher, you know, how would I have thought of myself as a student, as a person that can participate in kind of the knowledge creation process, all of these things. Had it not been for someone to tell me that I was, or having opportunities to demonstrate that I could be, that may not have kind of happened for me. So that really informs why I try to understand the processes young men go through and students of color go through in developing identities that function in school spaces. Teachers are positioned to make some of the biggest differences in the lives of students. You know, I think of the people that were instrumental in getting to where I am today, and without a question it has been folks like Mr. Lindsay and some of the mentors that I had when I was an undergraduate at UCLA. I don't think it's a coincidence that Mr. Lindsay was the only black male teacher that I've ever had in my K-12 experience. He was the only black male teacher at that school, and the role that he played for me was, I mean, the reality was he played that for so many of the other black males on campus. And all of that had to do with the fact that he had higher expectations for us. He wanted more from us. You know, teachers were the folks that made me feel like I couldn't do anything, and they were also the people that made me feel like there wasn't anything that I couldn't accomplish.